had the opportunity recently to sit in on one of Michael Job's talks on dangerous game animals and viewing dangerous game animals. Obviously, it's a big focus in our industry and trails guiding, and he's been doing it for over 20 years. If you don't know who Mike is, he heads up Siafunda in Makalali and has some fairly frank and straightforward things to say about it. And I think I found it very refreshing in the way he approached it and insightful. I hope you enjoy the series of videos. We'll go through each animal, but start with a bit of an intro. So here goes, over to Mike.
If you know the answer, I don't want you to talk. Some of you know, he knows, I know. Okay? What would you do if you were charged by a lion while walking? Go for it, hunter.
Stand your ground.
Cool. All right, how many lions have charged you?
None.
Okay. Next answer.
Put your hands up and start making a lot of noise.
Yeah. Okay, how many lions have charged you?
None.
Okay. So nobody's giving me the right answer. What did you do?
I mean, I probably would have done what they said, so.
Okay, you think you would have done. All right. Nobody? Nobody?
It would depend where you
What
were
did I
when
do?
was ranging.
When I asked myself that question, I said, I don't know. Because it never happened to me before. You've told me what you're supposed to do. That's super. All right, but it's not the right answer. What would I personally do if I was charged by a grizzly bear?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I've got a good idea. Because I've been charged by lions and elephants, but that's not the same species. And I don't really know grizzlies. You know, I've read a bit about grizzlies and it doesn't sound great. Okay, but the point is, the answer should be I don't know. Because until it happens, you don't know. How many have been charged by a dog? What did you do?
Walk.
Just walked.
Attacked.
But attacked and walked. Okay, this is great.
No, I was sitting.
Oh,
I didn't even stand up.
that's probably why I kept on coming. Yeah.
My work, I work night shift and I get charged by dogs a lot.
What do you
I
do?
usually, if I fail to like get well with them and try to be friendly, I slowly back up and keep eye contact until I get to like a safe place.
Okay, that's quite a good. So you'd probably don't do this getting small thing with the lion. You're just offering yourself up. Hey, keep. This big scary human became pathetic. I'm just going to eat it. So don't do that with a lion. But the second thing you did is very good. It's probably what you might react to the lion if confronted. But it is a slightly different feeling. But it's saying that dogs can be intimidating. A lion and an elephant aren't inherently dangerous. We make it in our human mind, we decide they're dangerous. Because elephants roll cars and lions eat things. But they're only potentially dangerous. They're dangerous when we cock it up and we make mistakes. Okay. All right. And if they were so dangerous, we wouldn't be humans in the world because they would have eaten us. All right. So we as humans have learned to exist within the same habitat as these animals. All right, and the smarter ones of us got us, from Africa out into all the rest of the world. So at least we got history on us. I think it's very important to have perspective on when we start to move in the bush and when we carry weapons. Okay? All right, we don't carry weapons with the intention of using them. All right, we carry weapons as a safety net. So like an analogy that a lot of guys use is, what do you do when you get in your car? What's the first thing you do?
Lock it.
When you sit in it?
No.
Nothing. Seatbelt, yeah. And then you proceed to drive your car into a wall to see if that seatbelt works. No, you don't drive into a wall. So a rifle is a seatbelt. We carry it, we practice with it, we become proficient with it. But it is the last resort. Your seatbelt is there to save you when you screw up somewhere or the situation is out of your control. All right, and that is a very important mindset to have going into the bush. If you go into the bush with the mindset, I've got a weapon that can kill things, I'm all powerful, You're basically arrogant, you have no humility, you're approaching a situation, you know, without enough, let's say, forethought. And there are guys that become guides, and that's how they think. Okay, but our weapons are really just a tool of the trade. It's something we carry around. And I always say this, and every time I say this, I think I shouldn't say this, but I've been a trails guide for 20 years, and I haven't luckily had to shoot an animal yet. Okay? All right? There's luck and skill. I don't know what the words are, but whatever it is, I haven't had to. All right? But that's just maybe, yeah, I think there's a bit of both in there. Okay? And that's the mindset I've always been, I've had is, I'm going to walk in this environment with my weapon and use all my other skills and focus on developing those other skills that I don't have to use my weapon. Okay, I'm jumping ahead because I have another present. I'm trying to not do the whole thing because I talk too much if I do it, so I'm trying to shorten it. But, you know, certain things, you know, like situational awareness, you know, upskilling on your animal behavior, your track and sign skills, your ability to age tracks, you know, your ability to follow animals. And then when we talk about situational awareness, I think some of you on my walk this morning, I talked about it briefly, it's just basically, you know, your ability to be in the moment and to be observant about everything that's happening around you. All right, and absorbing the information. This environment is giving you information all the time. A lot of us in modern society, specifically if you're in a busy environment like your universities or you're in cities and towns, you're getting bombarded with so much information that is totally irrelevant to your existence. We naturally start to stop focusing on it, and we become, so you kind of become less observant and less aware of your surroundings. You know, when you're a guide and you're walking in the bush, and if your mindset is, I'm going to focus on my own shit and think about how bad my parents were to me and feel a bit sorry for myself, and I'm walking into the back of an elephant, it's not ideal. Okay, you need to put yourself in the present, focus what's happening, and be paying attention. The bush is telling you stuff. The bush is giving you information constantly. On our walk today, I pointed out rhinos feeding tracks on the ground, dung, there was some fresher dung. By the way, that buffalo were about 2 hours ahead of us. We just missed them. We were those who walked today. So irritating, but we were just behind them. But, you know, all this information is there. And, you know, if you're able to really focus on those skills, you can keep yourself safe.